Hey guys, Ryan here at Choose, and this is Marriage for Men. So today I want to talk about the hardest question you can ask in marriage. This question will bring you down. It will just leave you depressed, frustrated, disappointed, disillusioned. And that question is, did I choose wrong? Did I make a mistake? Did I marry the wrong person? Man, that kind of question will tear you up. It will completely ruin your day. How do I know? Because I've asked it. I asked it a lot in the first couple months of marriage. And I stopped asking it at one point, and I actually started believing it. I believed I had made a bad decision. I believed I was stuck. I believed I had married the wrong person. And trust me, guys, if you're struggling with that question, if you're asking, did I marry the wrong person? Did I make a mistake? Did I choose wrong? No, you didn't choose wrong. You didn't make a mistake. It's okay. It's okay if your marriage isn't perfect. Because the thing I didn't know or realize when I got married is just because your marriage has stuff you need to work through doesn't mean that you chose wrong. Just because it's not a permanent honeymoon, just because you didn't even get a honeymoon, does not mean you chose wrong. Just because there's things that you focused on before you got married that you thought your spouse was one way and then you find out that something is completely different, that doesn't mean you chose wrong. It just means you're married. It just means that you actually are in this relationship with another imperfect person, and no matter what, there's going to be things that go wrong. There's going to be things that you didn't know about them. There's going to be things that disappoint you, frustrate you. There's going to be all sorts of stuff you have to go through life just experiencing, because marriage isn't two perfect people coming together. It's two broken people united in love. Two broken people coming together and saying, I'm going to love you the way that Christ loved you. So that's what I want to talk about today, is what is marriage actually designed to be? Because I think the reason that we ask these questions, did I choose wrong? Did I make a mistake? Did I choose the wrong person? The reason we ask these questions is because we don't know or focus on what marriage is really about every time. And what I mean is this: when you are dating somebody in culture, you look at what they bring to you. You look at, oh man, I love the way they make me feel. I love how funny they are. I love how intelligent they are. I love how much we have in common. I love how much fun we have together. I love how easygoing they are. All these characteristics. And we look at really what a person brings to us in marriage, or what a person brings to us in dating, in considering whether they're right for marriage. We say, okay, you check the boxes, let's get married. And there's nothing wrong with this approach in dating, because truthfully, you should be with somebody who is compatible with you, somebody who makes you laugh, somebody you have fun with, somebody you connect with, somebody who believes in God the way you do, someone who shares your faith. Those things are really, really important. But trust me, it's not what you build a marriage upon. Because what happens is you get married, and that person may have been fun when you were dating, but maybe they lose someone very special to them, and all of a sudden they're not so fun anymore. Maybe they go through a health crisis and all of a sudden they don't have the energy to go out and do things. Maybe they're frustrated and so they're not all that encouraging anymore. And in dating, when somebody changes like that, we say, you know what, if you're not going to give me what I need, I'm going to take off. But we can't take that attitude into marriage, because marriage is for life. Marriage is saying, you know what, no matter highs or lows, till death do us part, sickness and health. And so often we focus on the health and we wonder, okay, did I choose wrong when we get sickness? And marriage isn't really meant to make you happy. It's designed to make you holy. Paul writes, therefore, husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church. That's what marriage is really about. Not what you get from somebody, what you give. What did Jesus do for the church? Well, he died for them. He spent his time going around healing them, encouraging them, inspiring them, teaching them, comforting them. He was everything to the church, and he gave everything to the church, even life itself. And the ironic part of that is we focus on, yeah, Jesus loved the church a lot, but we don't focus on how Jesus must have felt in his experience with the church. Did the church love him back? Definitely not. They crucified him. They persecuted him. They mocked him. They scorned him. They rejected him. And sometimes in marriage, you're going to feel those things possibly coming from your spouse. When they're hurt, when they're broken, when they're struggling, when your marriage is in a tough season, you're going to get those moments where you don't really have a lot of reasons to continue loving them. But God calls us, husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church. In the same way, Paul writes, wives, honor your husbands and submit to them the same way, out of reverence for Christ, rather. So God's saying, you know what? Your marriage is a God thing. It's not a you thing. It's not designed to make you happy. It's designed to allow your spouse to experience my love. The way that Christ loved the church, I want you to be that to your wife. And in life, sometimes we wonder, why don't I experience God directly? Why is he so distant? Why is it so hard to get in touch with him? Well, marriage is the miracle answer to your prayer. Because God designed marriage so that you would experience Christ's love in your spouse. That never-ending love, never-ending grace, never-ending healing touch. You would experience encouragement. You would experience loyalty that you've never known before. That comes through your spouse. And God has designed you and said, I want you to influence that person. I want you to be there for that person the way I was there for you. I want them to experience all of my love through your marriage. So if you're struggling, know that, no, it's okay to struggle. You didn't choose wrong. You didn't make a mistake. You didn't marry the wrong person. And even if that person isn't 100% compatible with you, that's okay too. Because marriage is a journey of two becoming one. The Bible says two were made one flesh. So the same way that your body has issues and you work it out, if you're sick in one area, you go to a doctor, you fix it, you heal it, you don't give up on it. That's what you're meant to do with marriage. You're meant to keep on loving, keep on giving, keep on trusting, and focus on God, and he'll pull you through it. Trust me. It's hard, it's tough, it's frustrating at times, but know that you're not alone. Everybody asks that question at some point or another when something goes wrong. And the answer is no. You chose right, and God's got your marriage, and he's got amazing plans for it. So I hope that helps. I hope that encourages you. If you have questions, thoughts, leave them in the comments below or send them to wearechoose@gmail.com. Until next time, I'd love to hear from you. Take care, and marriage is a journey, so remember to choose.